Good morning, everybody. Hope everyone is doing great. Would you look at this? Would you look at this? Let's talk about a little GME real quick. Holy man, I feel bad for anybody that is, in this from Friday. I actually looked at this yesterday and made a comment on Twitter. Oh, let me not get ahead of myself. My name's Justin. Been trading for over 10 years now. Welcome to the Ivy League live stream. We're going to stream live trading all day long. I have a position off from Friday. It's going to be down, but what I'm going to do to work that position, I grabbed a small position on the SPY to the downside. I think we're obviously going to need something to help that out. But it is what it is. It's going to be down. No harm, no foul. So we'll worry about today. All right. I have some time on this trade. I will get out of it at a certain point, and I'll go over that. And I don't really want to get off of the point because I want to hurry up and get through this watch list. We start breaking. If we do, depending on how we open today, and we start making, we get up to this high and we get through it. I will get out of it because I'm not going to just sit on it, and hope it comes my way, because it doesn't have to, because this market can go right back to all-time highs and make a new high. Like, let's not be crazy here, right? With or without CPI. I want to say this too because we're getting into GME and I'm excited for that. Listen, Linda. Everybody is talking about CPI. All right, here's what y'all really need to be watching right now. All right, CPI, yeah, cool. It's a little above. It comes in a little hot, a little low. Who gives a shit? All right, we know the trajectory, the long-term trajectory. Okay, inflation higher for longer, rates, blah blah. It comes in higher. We get it. We know that, right? Basic common sense there. Listen to me right now. The data set that nobody is talking about is retail sales. Now I'm going to tell you guys something here. Look at this. 0.4, 0.3, previously 0.7. We are expecting 0.4, 0.3. Here is the thing. If retail sales comes in lower and we get another initial jobless claims number that is higher, that is a sign that people are not only losing their jobs, but they're finally showing that they're exhausted. And I don't think that people are paying attention to retail sales like they should. CPI comes in higher, let's say, right? Comes in a little bit higher. Even if it comes in lower. If it comes in a little bit higher and you get these retail sales number, and then the next day we get our initial jobless claims, right? And they still hang out at that, 235, 240, 225. See, listen, we had a lot of tornadoes and some storms. We'll see how that affects the number if it comes back down again. There's a tight labor market with a lot of people that are just being exhausted. If this number comes in close to 1, I would watch retail sales, because not only are interest rates going to get to people, I had all this said last night and I forgot to write it down. Keep an eye on retail sales. We'll go more into this because I want to go over charts. We only have a few minutes. But retail sales comes in very low. I think you need to watch this retail sales more. I will be watching it more so than CPI. CPI, I feel like, okay, yeah, it comes in a little bit higher. Okay, yeah, we get it. Higher for longer. We're going to hear from Powell tomorrow. But if that means they're going to hold interest rates higher, and people are exhausted and they're losing their jobs, like, I feel like that's CPI, and inflation's more irrelevant when we're getting all these layoffs, and CPI comes in a tenth, like, a basis point higher or lower, 2 basis points. Okay, we came, far away. The point is, CPI, with time, it eventually will come down, as long as nothing crazy happens, right? If we don't have no shipping issue, which shipping rates are going back up, so it could go up. So I don't know what the Fed's going to do here, because they're going to have their hands in a knot. If you see this retail sales starts to hit negative, this, that, and the third, and I think the market's really going to look at this. This is a recessionary number. Okay, outside of 2 quarters of GDP, outside of 2 negative quarters of GDP, the other tool that they use is retail sales, industrial production, and non-farm payrolls together. The three of them combined also gives them a signal of a recession or not. Watch retail sales. I'll go back into what I was getting at another date. Friday. Okay, this was the top trade idea of the day on Friday. We went short GME. Actually, I did not get an opportunity to. I took a short on NVDA Friday. All right, so I was sitting here watching this, and I had to get out of it. We had this extra little spike, came back down. I exited this position there. GME, all right, top idea. You can go back to the watch list from Friday and see that this was one of our top ideas. Here's what I want you guys to pay attention to, this right here. All right, and I'm going to show you guys we have a few gap fills still to come. Look at this volume this morning. Look at this volume this morning. When we broke out, look at this volume. Okay, let's go to a 15-minute chart. We're getting an increase in volume on each breakout. Look there, in between Thursday and Friday. Look at that increase in volume right there. Okay, just really just a solid basic technical analysis of, hey, you have a greater chance of this previous high holding. Once you break that with an increase in volume, you know, it usually will act as support. What I'm going to do with GME is I'm going to wait for a pullback. Give this thing about a week to 2 weeks. It could take time. Here are my targets. All right, I think we can get there, especially with the noise that's going on with the post from Roaring Kitty. If you don't know, he did post on Twitter. Right now, we're sitting at 24. What was the last order, Phil? 24.49. 24, yeah, 24.49. All right. 45. All right, so we still have a few gaps here. All right, that I want you guys to pay attention to. This is obviously 24. Man, we have gaps. There's a good amount of gaps all over the place on this thing. I can't believe this thing's happening right now. Want you guys to pay attention to these two levels right here. If it breaks, if we can break through, if we hold 25, which we broke it right now. Hold on, see, I just skimmed through this. Pay attention to these gap fills right here, guys. If we can hold, what is that, like the low 20s, 20, 22, you know, you may pull back to 20, and that would be okay. You want to be a buyer at like 1880 to 20. The trade is not over with because we get back down to 20. I just want you guys to know that. All right, just because we get a pullback back down to low 18 or high 18s, 18, 19, $20, this area right here, you broke it on an increase in volume. All right, so chances are that should act as support. If you get that pullback, I will be a buyer. I'm going to give this a few weeks. If I get long, I'll probably go back. I'll probably go out. I'll probably separate it. I'll go closer to the money. Like if I'm going to do a weekly, I'll go closer to the money depending on what I want to do. Maybe I buy some puts for the downside, you know, and just keep making money to put more money back into the bigger trade, which I certainly feel like this keeps up. It would and should be to the upside. This is going to start making noise. It's already making noise. Gap fills, all right? You have a lot of gap fills up here at 36. 36.50. My mouse is going crazy right now. I do apologize. I do not know what's going on with this. All right, I'm just going to zoom into this area right here. All right. Now, this is if we hold $20 and we continue to get this type of volume. All right. Take notice of this gap fill here and this gap here. These are the areas I'm going to be watching for targets. All right. And I think we can get there. You know, it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot of money. But I'm not going to be blind to it. The only way I feel like this, you know, this trade could, it's going to be hard for this trade now that Roaring Kitty, I feel like, is back in the picture. It's going to be hard for GME to, like, just all of a sudden break down because of his post yesterday. It's going to wake up so many people and so much more fresh money that wasn't here. You know, personally, this was our top trade idea, was to be short Friday, and you know, Uh, I'm sure a few people got it. I'm not too sure. I ended up trading NVIDIA. Um, this area right here, I'm going to put a box because it'll be a range for the first resistance level. This would be a massive level. This is going to be a tough level to get through. All right. But for the short term, see, this is only 25.75. We're already pretty much there. Um, I'm going to put this in here, and I do apologize. The stream isn't going the way I wanted it to. All right. And there is a small gap right here. You have a small gap right there at like 25.65. There is a small gap there. Like, just because there's a tail, you know, it tailed it and then it opened and closed below it. Like, I still consider this a gap. I still consider that a gap because you did not, you know, if this thing would have came in and the candle would have, you came in with like a gap up and then came down, you know what I mean? I just, to me, that's still a gap. All right, there's no closing action of the day there. All right, so look for this level. I don't know if this level is going to hold, but I would watch 25. We're below it now. That's going to be my plan, okay? The low 20s. If we can get a decrease in volume to the downside, and we don't just like submerge, like the volume just fall out of bed. No, it's going to be a double top up here. I think we need to pull back, guys. I do. I'm looking at 1980. This lower 20 level. Here's what I think could happen. All right. I think we're going to get this trade right here. I'm going to look for this off the bell. All right. Right off the bell. I'm going to look for a pullback. Right. Like pretty much like right now in the next 5-10 minutes. Start pulling back. Bro. Pull back. See, depending on where we open, right? Maybe we're down here at VWAP. Maybe we're at like 23.69, 23.70 when the bell starts to open. And you look for a quick wick down into this level between like $21.25 and $22. You could probably take a long and get that long from like 22 to 24 and let this thing kind of just like pull itself back 1, 2, 3 days. At least I'm going to need that. If we break 25, 50, 26, you know, I will wait and be a buyer at 25. All right. I want to see the volume though. We need the volume to, you know, obviously we're going to get it. Look at this pre-market volume. It was what you've had intraday. So if it's going to, look, it might try to break it now. I don't think it's going to. I don't think, again, this is a range here. It's like from 25 to like 25.75. It's like a 75-cent range. I think you're going to get that pullback once the bell opens. And I would look for like 21.50 or so. Some of these numbers down here pre-market to try to act as support. If we go to the daily chart, this 22 level. If we go to this daily chart, this 22 level. Man, I thought for sure this thing was done, guys. And then I had to go back and I looked. Here's what I noticed yesterday when we were in Kitty. This is what I noticed right there. I said, oh, shit. Right there. Between Thursday and Friday's volume, I was like, oh, damn. Because I thought we did get... I thought the volume to the buy side was actually a little bit lower than I go back on the 5-minute. And the reason I didn't know this is because I was watching I was in NVIDIA, so I really wasn't paying attention to my top trade idea. I was watching it, but I wasn't. I was getting out of NVIDIA. So, I mean, this thing is setting up beautifully to get like some momentum. I'm gonna wait for pullbacks. All right, I'm gonna wait for pullbacks. If this breaks, I still need to wait for a pullback. Maybe I could scalp it. I could, you know, we could always look for some scalps. You know, just intraday, you know, EMA, VWAP, all that fun stuff. But other than that, I'm going to be watching for pullbacks, and I'm going to be long this name. I will be long. I think this thing is setting up. I'm going to give it time. I'm going to be in a few different trades. I'll probably buy some shares. If I buy weeklies, I'll probably be pretty close to the money, and maybe I go $1 or $2, maybe $3 out of the money for like 4 weeks from now, 2 months from now. All right, this could take a little bit longer than you might think. So just because you get downside today does not mean that this trade is over with. It also doesn't mean that it's on. Just watch. If there's one thing you're going to keep an eye on, is watch the volume on the breaks of levels. All right, that's going to give you a higher percentage on whether that level holds or is going to act as resistance. Hold or not hold, right? You can see here, right? Perfect example is when this started and we were watching it. Look at the volume you got here on the break through $15, right? You broke through $15 on a huge increase in volume, and then you hold it, right? Why did we feel comfortable longing to $20, $19, $18? Because of that, right? And we were watching it back here. So, I thought originally that there was this gap fill here and we were going to be done with this name. But that wasn't the case. All right, this is the gap fill I'm talking about right here. Look to the left of the screen. You guys see this gap fill? I'll draw a box right there. That was your gap fill that I thought that she filled. And I said, if you go back, let's look to see if 19 can hold. The break above it was on a decrease in volume, as you guys can see. You see how small that volume is there on that daily chart? I said, so the chances of 19 holding it's not there. And what did it do? It did not hold. And I said this. I said, guys, if it gets above 19, look for the consolidation and see if it fails, right? Look for the consolidation and see if it fails. And that's literally exactly what it did. It rallied through it. And I told you guys this too. I said, look for a pullback, rally up to 19. If it breaks, look at the volume and wait for the consolidation. The volume is going to have to be greater than what you had the prior day. Right? If you're going to break through prior day's high, you want to break it on an increase in volume, not lower volume. And then chances are it's not going to hold, right? So that's that. All right, so that's that. Guys, utilities and banks are ripping and roaring. So if you need a couple green trades while you're waiting for things to set up, if things get slow, I'm going to be starting the day red today. It's 9:13. I'm going to be starting the day today red again because I did grab some SPY puts with some time. I grabbed them because they were cheap, and that's really not the only reason. I didn't want to not buy it and us start to, it just feels like if you go to the daily chart, it feels like we're a bit overextended, and that's okay. We can stay extended, right? Because we're going to have no problem going back to all-time highs. I can tell you right there. I can tell you right now because we have nothing to stop us to get there, right? There's no resistance or support that's in our way from us getting to where we need to go. You're getting energy to pull back now. That's helping the case for the upside. The thing is that you're not hearing about all these gas things that are going on between Ukraine and Russia and all the drone strikes that are happening. There was another blow up in a fire yesterday at the oil refinery in Russia, or Saturday or Friday, whenever it was. Right? I've brought up natural gas. Last week, it's like 2 weeks ago, because of Gazprom, one of the biggest natural gas facilities in the world out of Russia, caught on fire. So some of these things are not being talked about in the market, I feel like. And you're seeing natural gas extend off of the back of that news. Banks, all right? We were long Goldman Sachs, all right? This trade is pretty much, it's not necessarily over with. Don't fight the trend. We were in 410 calls at 406, 404 with a stop loss at 400, 395 area here on this Friday. And we were long this. Those contracts went from $1.85. See, depending on what broker you use, you might pay more, you might pay less. But around $1.85 to $2.50. It was like $1. For me, it was like $1.85 to $2.25. And they went all the way to $1,600 in 2 days. Right, so they were up 600% in like 2-3 hours. So we were long this name, and I you can always look at the pullbacks. Now it's probably a little bit over with, but J.P. Morgan. All right, I'm keeping this on my list. I'm still neutral. I'm still neutral on this, but I will keep an eye on these because of the, you know, like look right now, right? You can see you're making Friday's high, this double top, you're making it support. You've already cleared it. All right. So I just want to bring up a couple ideas here that if you're looking for relative strength to be long and you guys need some trades, watch this level here, but you have to watch because of prior highs here. And you can see these wicks. I need to go to an hourly chart. You guys can see these wicks, right? From like $1.99, what was that, $1.99.50 to $1.99. It's like a 50-cent range. You can see these wicks were your prior resistance. So you're going to need volume. Like in this case, you're going to need, I want to see if we break out to like 200 and there are price target upgrades and stuff to 215, look for an increase in volume on this breakout. All right, to help you say, hey, that pullback is buyable. If we get a breakout through 199.50, pullbacks into 200, 199.50, longs there, you know, we're going to follow the trend. All right. Bank of America is another one. All right, you can see this wedge going on here on Bank of America. I need to set my charts up. All right, so I'm watching this to see if this is going to be a failed breakout or not. It looks like it's not. So if I get an opportunity, I'll tell you right now, I may try to take a long here at 38.50 if we pull back to it and hold it. If we just rally right now, I'll just see what we do. No, bro, come on. I'm going to just see what ends up happening up at the prior highs because the conviction I have in this would probably be to the downside. All right. Yeah, so that's that. Some of these are a little bit overdone, but they can stay overdone in a bull market. That's the problem. So just because your indicators, you might look at your indicators and say, hey, this thing's just way overdone. It's way too high. That don't mean nothing. They can just consolidate. It'll lower your MACD, lower your RSI, and that consolidation will allow you, right, to move higher, to take that next leg higher. Microsoft is another one. MSFT, Microsoft. Okay. They kind of took this trade from me. All right. I brought this up Friday. So I have a SPY put on right now with some time. So I'm going to back this up with some long ideas. You're getting back to your earnings level, and it looks like you're breaking through it. Okay. I need to do a couple things, damn it. Microsoft. I will be watching for pullbacks back into 415, 416. All right. I will be looking for pullbacks there. This thing has room. I feel like that's crazy. It's all the way up there. So what I was hoping for, we broke through the 50-day. If you see like a blue box and a red box and a green box, those are my moving averages for the daily chart. Okay. If you have questions, post them below. If it's your first time here, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Please don't hesitate to ask any questions. All that fun stuff. I will look for a low volume pullback to see if we can hold this like 415 area. I want to be long back down at that 50-day, 415 and this 50-day, and see if we can't get along there. If we can break back through 417.50, 417 area, 417, 418, guys, I think this has room to go right back to all-time highs. I do. All right. You have some minor resistance levels up here at like, what is that, 420? Yeah, we'll call it 420. I like that number, 420. So yes, I'll be watching 420 on Microsoft. All right, and look, see what I mean? This thing is already gapped up from Friday's close, 414. You already gapped up $4. So they kind of they've already taken this trade from us. So look for a low volume pullback into Friday's high. Okay, on Microsoft. All right, that is Microsoft there. We gave out the short on Apple. We were short a lot of things. All right, Apple, nice gap up. All right. Gap up on Apple here. You have your 100, 200 day, 9 EMA, all that fun stuff, all sitting there. I'm gonna watch Apple and see if it finally can break out of here. All right, this is, this isn't going to help the market pull back either. All right, 185. Look for another pullback to 185. Try to be patient. All right, try to be patient. Let this thing pull back. Look for the pre-market high between Thursday's close and Friday's pre-market high. Friday's opening price is what I'm going to look for on Apple. Let me move this back. Let me go here. This is what I used to trade with, and because I need to get this stuff going here. All right, so GME is breaking out. All right, GME's breaking out. Okay then. All right, let me set my charts up real quick, guys. If you guys have any questions, just post them below. Now, here's another thing that I'm going to say. Watch for other names to break out with GME. Okay? Watch for other names to start breaking out. All right? I'm going to make this a good week this week. I'm starting off red. It is what it is. It's all good. I'm telling you right now, this week I'm not letting what happened last week happen. I had probably 8 to 10 green trades last week. Just about every single trade I took was green, except for Friday's NVIDIA trade. Because I entered wrong with, the position size was lower because it was a high risk, high reward trade for a daily on NVIDIA. So to me, it was worth it because I was confident in the trade. And I just, that wick really hurt me. It just really hurt those contracts. So I should have did a better job at looking at the delta. But it's neither here nor there. All right. We were long Starbucks. We were long a lot of names last week. I can't, off the top of my head. All right. I'm going to keep an eye on the S&Ps. Watch Bitcoin as well. All right. Watch Bitcoin as well. All right. Let me save my. Damn, we're up so much, guys. This is insane. This is seriously insane. I'm gonna have trouble reading this chart. Okay, what time is it? Okay, so I do have a couple minutes here. Yes, Micron was getting some upgrades as well. Just so you guys do know that. There were some upgrades on Micron. Okay, let's see here. So if I'm going to look for a pullback on GME, guys, so it looks like you've already made this level here, 2230 support. This thing is just climbing higher. Look, and it's making these highs supports. If you get a pullback in the 25, watch 25. I'm going to say that right now. Watch for 25 to see if it does hold. All right. Just be careful. If you do get like a huge increase in volume there, then I would be careful. Be patient. I'm going to be patient. Be patient for the trade. Again, good luck today. If anybody has any questions or anything at all, let me know in the chat. Hit the like button for me if you could. All right, so let's do this. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, look at the SPY. The SPY is making 52.50, 52.58, trying to make it support. So I'll probably be screwed, and it's okay. I went small in that position. I was hoping, and we got it after hours to get, I was looking to see if we could get a pop back into like even pre-market highs. And you can see it slowly try to reverse there last night. And I don't know what happened. And here we go. We're just ripping and roaring to new highs. It's okay. I could look at names like SPXL. Take notice as well, right? If the Qs are going, then we need to watch for. We want to be in technology, right? We want to be in information communication, which is the biggest sector. You know, your Microsofts, Googles, semiconductors, all that fun stuff. We'll throw up Tesla. Okay, chart, bang. And I hope everybody had a great Mother's Day, had a great weekend, and ready to get to work. I'm going to start this week off on a good note. I promise you. Because I am not messing around this week. Last week, I had to work so hard to make money. I had to get base hit after base hit after base hit after base hit. And that's okay because we found relative strength versus relative weakness. And we were, Starbucks, right? If you bring up Starbucks, these are the trades that I love because they're put your feet up trades. Look at the volume. See, you're not going to see it there on this one. But you saw these institutions were buying Starbucks Wednesday and Thursday of last week. And we were long. And look, I drew this pre-market. I said, hey, let's look for a run to 75. And this is all recorded live. So, and I'm not saying I'm a guru, this, that, the third. I have time in the markets. I've been doing this for a long time. Why does this have volume in it? What is going on here? Dude, why is there volume there? I don't understand. This thing's tweaking out. Bro. I have 1 minute. I can't be bullshitting. So I have Tesla. I didn't talk about NVIDIA, but I would look to see if you can take NVIDIA higher. For anybody that's looking to trade semiconductors. I'm personally probably not going to be, I'm not going to be really looking at that. I mean, I will for my SPY trade to see where the overall markets are going. Just to keep my eye on things. Watch that 910 level. What am I putting up here? What do you guys want up here? You guys want like, we could throw out Palantir. Watch Palantir as well. It also had an upgrade. Dude, I want to know what is going on with this thing. Dude. That is so weird. What is going on here? Oh my gosh. I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just going to have to keep it. He said, are you guys ready? Let's go. All right, guys. Good luck today. If you guys have questions, please throw them in the chat. And thank you guys for joining us. If you could, hit the like button, subscribe. We are looking to get to 1,000 subscribers. All right, let's look for this pullback on GME. I didn't talk about Tesla, and for that, I'm sorry. Oh, shit. I don't know what happened there. This could be a nice little level, too, down there at 2350. Why is... I'm having issues with my charts, guys. I'm sorry. I'm having issues here. Alright, so you guys can see right up here at 2750 is a little resistance area. Alright. See if it pulls back to 25 and 25 holds and look for another try back at 2750. She coming in. She's coming in. And then what we're going to do is...
Dow Jones up 123.78, S&P 500 up 12.74, Nasdaq up 40.
Let's see if some buyers step in here. I mean, let me go look at the S&Ps. Watch this pre-market resistance level. That was support. Look for this level here. It's like 26, 20. What is that? 26.17. Watch that level there. It's already acting as resistance. So yeah, I'm having problems with these charts, man. This is wild. If I get short, it's got to be up at 27.60. I know they're probably doing it in front of it. So look, here you go. You're getting another shot at that pre-market support level. I'll bring it in so you guys can see it right there. 26.20, 26.19. Watch. See if it continues to struggle there. I don't. Oh yeah, they're really trying to step in there. Watch your level 2. It's important to watch your level 2 and stuff. If you know, the thing about trading and to be able to get good at trading is practice. It's time, practice on the field, and figuring out what works. What is a repeatable process that works time after time after time after time? All right, I'll go over that at like lunchtime, 11:30, when things calm down, and give you guys some of the ideas that I use. I think you guys are gonna really, really like it. Just to be able to help you guys, like being able to see movement, and using that with volume and understanding how to use different time frames. Not just using different time frames, but using it with indicators and your support and resistance level. Because you can sit here and say, you know, like, yeah, we're oversold right now, right? Like if you go to GME, like, I don't want to do it right now. So there you go. You got to break at that level right there. Again, this does not mean that it's not bullish yet. All right. Look for that pullback into this area here. It's like $24 for 24. And what did we say? What did we say pre-market? Now I said it from 25, or it was up here at this 25 at like 8:45 this morning, 9 o'clock. I said, look for a pullback off the bell. Look for a pullback off the bell. We want to see that, a low volume pullback. Watch it start going. Let's see. If you guys can't see the level 2 and time of sales, the right side is going to be the level 2 for options, and the left side is your level 2 for the stock. Here it goes. Let's see.
59.38.
Watch that burst. You want to burst with volume. So far, 26. Let's see. The volumes there. It's just not. Come on, break. Like they should be hammering this thing right now. Boom, and they're not. There it goes. It's going. You got a nice pump right there. Still 23,000 to the sell. I'm seeing me personally. Oh my God, I'm seeing double to the sell side, guys. Just be careful. Okay, there you go. You got a nice fill to the buy side there, and there it was. There was a nice trigger. There you go. But look at that. Look how. And this is why I use the 1 minute. All right, I use it for the volume. Look at that break. Watch 27, 27.50. I'm watching 27.50. I gotta go over to the SPY because we're watching 27.50.
GME GameStop 26.89. The highs KOS has cost halted.
Oh my gosh.
Kilo Oscar Sandy GameStop halted on a circuit breaker.
Oh my gosh, they halted it. They halted it. All right, guys. All right, so here we go. Now it's on. 27. If you gap above 27, look for the pullback into 27. That's crazy. They just gapped this thing. Or they halted it. They just halted GME. Wow. They literally just halted this thing. Wow. Oh my gosh, what is going on here?
TUP Tupperware. Another big stock talking here. Tango
All right,
Telecom.
TUP, and I said this pre-market. Watch for other names to start popping off here. Watch for other names. All right, Tupperware, TUP. Where is it at? $1.40, $1.50. You have the 100-day and that prior resistance here on TUP. Watch like $1.47. All right, watch $1.47. $1.47, right up into that area. Did they just halt this thing? Did it just get halted? No, it didn't. You could watch names like look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA just blasted off, guys. NVIDIA just blasted off. Holy cow. That was a rip. That was a screamer. Holy cow. All right, I'm trying to watch the scanner. I'm trying to get I'm trying to watch the S&Ps. It just sucks that we came in with this gap up.
Squarespace deal, $6.6 billion equity, $6.9 billion when you throw in debt, $44 a share. Amira, large private equity firm, does a lot of business in Europe as well.
66.
But what is interesting here, a couple of different things. One is
CZO Kazoo halted on a circuit breaker. Charlie Zulu Oscar.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad, guys. That's good. I like that. I like that. I wonder if this is going to be a big down day. You know, I'm going to try to hold this position. I need us to break, I need us to break this 521.50 level for a few reasons. All right, and that's on the S&Ps. I need us to break this level, or I'm going to have to exit it, because I don't want to. You know, I'm down a dime on it, which is okay. Let me pull up a 30-minute. Let me pull up a 15-minute. Let me figure this out real quick, and we'll go over to GME. Like, let's see the support level. So what I want to see now. Yes, let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go.
And to Jim's point, Squarespace, they say, has been the forefront of providing services to businesses to establish themselves online for the last 2 decades. The company's largest share, Anthony Casalina, its founder and CEO, is going to continue as CEO. He's rolling in most of his equity into the new deal. But Durham Atlantic was one of the early investors here. Yeah, being sold at 6 times sales. So I mean, you're still talking about
Just right now I want to look at I want to see if we can start trying to turn this back into like resistance there at on the S&P's 520. I knew it. GME. Fudge.
Michael Echo shares up about 60% at the high for GameStop.
Okay, so yeah, right there. I gotta watch this level here at 521. If we get back down to 521, what I could do is I could put some small amount of money, even like a quarter of the position size of the SPY puts that I have, With time, I could go to like SPXL, which is double leverage, and if we get that bounce with a quarter of the money, I'll get paid 2 times as much on that, so I can allow myself to be profitable. A lot of people don't know how to use the markets correctly, and I don't know, if you haven't been told, that's really what double and triple leverages, triple leverage ETFs are for, right? Is to put, a very little bit of capital to catch that, that move that would be, let's say if you have your regular position size, and you put in half of a position size of your normal position size to allow you to make up a full, so you're putting less money to work to make the same amount as you will with your regular position. If that makes sense. I can do a video on it that goes further into depth, but
GME GameStop hold it again.
I think I'm going to have to just take this off and try it again later. I don't know. This volume is really low, and we just held that as support. I'm going back over to GameStop. Is it halted again? Is that what they said? Look, Fubo, all of them. They're all popping now, guys. They're all popping. See, I was hoping to turn this into resistance. This is the level that I have here, the area I was watching. Friday's low, and it's like 522. Let me actually go to futures, actually. I think that's where I might have done it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's go, let's go. I don't have time to bullshiz. Bro, what is going on today? Yeah, look at that. See? All right, let's go back to GME. I'm just going to... So what I need, all right, to stay in this is to start making that 521.97 resistance. Okay, on the SPY. Look how low this volume is, guys. This is just a low volume. I'm going to get rid of it. I got to get rid of this thing. Why I'm down a dent. Come on. And I'll get in it at another price. Bro, my stuff is freezing. Oh my god. Bro. Bro, they're not even trying to let me... Are you serious right now? What is going on?
BHP, Anglo-American confirmed. The board rejected the latest proposal from BHP. Said it
Hold on, guys. I have to just log into my stuff really quickly.
company and its future prospects.
Kramer and them are talking about Roaring Kitty right now. Let me go over to GME. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Do you guys think I should just keep this put on and, get into some double, triple leverage? I mean, if you notice, this volume is garbage right now. So things are acting really weird right now. I wonder if it's the solar stuff. Bro. Yo, I'm having trouble, guys. I'm having trouble. I may not even be able to trade right now. If something happens. Like, I'm trying to get out of this.
Speaking of oil and gas, Chuck Schumer, Senate Majority Leader, takes a shot at Chevron.
I'm gonna have to shift to my computer.
Sounding the alarm. There it is. Sounding the alarm. Now, obviously, Exxon has already closed its deal with Pioneer. We've talked a great deal about the hostility currently in place between Chevron and Exxon over the joint operating agreement that Hess is a part of.
Yeah, guys. I'm gonna... Bro.
Arbitrators, it's UK law. They've got to still get a third arbitrator.
What is going on? Dude. I mean, it's a good thing they're not... it's being really, 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 really slow. All right, I'm going to take this off for a very small nickel loss. I'm trying. I don't even know if I can, guys. It's just loading. It's just loading. There's just a circle. I put in the order. I don't think I should. This is, you know, the only thing that's worrying me is this is really low in volume. But you have the 9 EMA coming up on the 15-minute trade line. That's why I think we're going to get a bounce here. This could be a really nice bounce for a long. Dude, I need to get out of this thing, bro. Oh, now it wants to. Oh, now it wants to. That's so funny. All right. Anyway. All right, let's go to GME. Let's go to GME. For anybody looking at the overall indexes, watch this level. All right. If you are looking to get into like puts or anything, top left screen. All right. Or not. Yeah. Like if you're looking to like find an entry short. Again, I went out with some time. Which I probably should have left it on, but, you know, it is what it is. Like, I will kick myself in the butt right there. Excuse me. I pretty much just got, guys, I got my money back. So, I'm expecting a bounce here. I'm going to let the market show me what it's going to do today. And if I have to pay up for it, I will. All right? Our job is to manage money and manage our losses and let our winners go. All right? So, What I would really like to see to continue to get this to pull, like, to have faith that this market's really going to pull back. Now, we don't really have a reason as of today, right? We don't have like, oh, just Russia just did something to Ukraine or this, that happened, right? CPI hasn't came in. Retail sales hasn't came in. So I want to see if this bounce back, and the volume on it is really low. I want to see if this level here can continue to act as resistance. It's like 521.85. Everything is acting weird on my end, so I apologize. All right, but I don't trust this volume at all. All right, and here is the other thing, guys. In my opinion, the SPY has nothing stopping it from going to all-time highs and probably wicking to make a new high. All right. Let's go back to GME. I do want to show you. You guys can see here. All right. Watch this level right here. Watch this like 521, 520.98 on the SPY. All right, see if you get a bounce there. And then you can see to the left of the screen all this resistance that we made support Friday. We have nothing stopping us to at least get to like 524, right? 524 or so. And you know what else is funny? If you go to a daily chart, this is just overall market direction, which can change on a dime. If you were to go back to when the rally started, guys, this was a 38.2 fib retracement. All right, bro. Pretty sure I did it from there yesterday. Hopefully I got that right. Nope, that's not what I was looking at. Oh, this was my hopes though, right here. I have to bring it up. What's going on here? I don't know. I'm making myself look really stupid right now because I can't remember exactly what it was that I measured. It might. I wonder if it. No, it wasn't the Qs. All right, let's go back to GME. All right, I'm done with the SPY for right now. But look for pullbacks into this area. All right, you have this whole consolidation area. Nothing stopping us to go to highs. All right, and or make a new high. All right, let's look here. Look at this volume. It's so sad. It doesn't mean that it can't increase, though, either. What do we say, 521? All right, let's go to GME. Fucking ripping. Let's go. All right, what did we say? 27? You already broke through 27. Oh, this thing's... Dude, I hope this doesn't do it in one day, man. I was hoping that we could give this thing some time to consolidate a little bit. And, you know, if you don't remember back when GME started, I traded GME the month of October, December, January. I traded it for 3 months, back when it was $8. $8. Took it from 8 to 12, from 12 to 18, 18 to 24, and then the obvious ripping war. And that happened over a good amount of time. And that is what I was really hoping for today. Because once you get those long consolidations, that's just adding more and more and more money into the name, which is what really helps solidify those upside moves. Like, look at this break. You just broke to a new high on a decrease in volume. That's not a good look, guys. Chances are this is not going to hold. This 29.19, keep an eye on that. And what are you going to have? You should have VWAP, everything moving right up into this area, right? Along with the 9 EMA, which should bring on a buy trigger, okay? Should bring a buy trigger. Let's go here as well. What else do we have? Let's try to not front run this move, but and look, what else is there? No, that's not it.
WBA, Walgreens said
All right, 29.
potential buyers for
I want to see where can we take this. All right, where's the 15-minute chart? Let me go here. Because this was the move. That was a downtrend there. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. So this will give us targets to the upside. All right, this is going to give us targets to the upside. We haven't had a downtrend yet, though. That's the problem. We haven't had a downtrend. Let's say if we can pull back to VWAP, or if we pull back here. What is that? 43.50. And if we look on our daily chart. Now, the only reason we haven't had a pullback just yet, but the reason I put it there is because we should start to see VWAP and trade line all start to go there. Let's see if this, you know, see if we did this right. Dude, this thing's just going, guys. Is anybody long? Is anybody long right now?
GME, GameStop,
I am so glad I was not able to get short in the Friday. All right, so I gave you guys these this morning. Look at the two gaps we were talking about. I talked about this last week. All right. Just keep an eye on this level for a minor pullback at 35. Keep an eye on 35. I think that, let's see if we can get a Bible dip. I don't know if we're going to. Look, this is a bullish pattern. I love when we get these. What's up, Basic? How you doing today? How was your weekend, bro? Happy Mother's Day to, obviously, your mom. I don't know if you have a wife or anything. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there and all the members that are with us, all of your relatives. I know that sounded really weird. My bad. But just saying. So, gap fills. 36 to 38, and then the other gap fill is 39.50 to 40.50. I don't like that this is doing it in one day. I was really hoping for a nice, easy, low volume consolidation. Let's pull it back to like $28, $27 and just pick our spots with the long. And this might be over sooner than it's, you know, just as quick as it started, unfortunately. And I hate to say that. If anybody has money in this thing, take a little bit off. Take a little bit off. Take some off. Get your money back. Get some of your money back. And that's what we're going to run into. The higher we go, There's just still a lot of dead money up there that's been sitting there for a few years. And if there's anybody that's still squirming around, swimming up there, they may take this time to get out. Especially after the tweet. We have no moving averages to stop us. I mean, we could make up our own, but you want to see what the 1,000-day moving average looks like? What would that? I don't know what the relevance of that would be, but dude, this really stinks, guys. This stinks. Because if this just does it in one day, this is just gonna crash so hard. I'm just gonna be patient. Oh, basic. I don't know. From Friday, I took those SPY puts. I took some off for a small loss because I got the chance. Because I want to wait and see what this market does. All right, for the SPY, for anybody that's like trading the index or looking, you know, that missed GME or whatever. Excuse me. I'm watching this level right here at 521. I'm watching 521, and then what I'm going to watch for is does this bounce? Like, do we bounce and do we get a rejection at 521.75, 522? All right. Can we start turning that support into resistance like I thought we could start to do on Friday? And I think this gap up is only intended to scare people. Like, I think they are doing that, right? Again, I can't just pretty much get my money back and then this thing go red again and me be down 20-30%. I would just, that's just how you become a miserable trader and you put yourself on tilt. I was wrong on the timing. I'm not getting my continuation. Let me fall back. It's giving me my money back. Let me fall back a little bit. Let me see what the market does. And then if I got to pay a little higher price, so what? At least I'll be there on the day that there is momentum and I will just go with the trend. All right. I was trying to front run a move. I got lucky. I got my money back. Let's just say that. All right. Small loss. All right. Commissions, and it was like, I don't know, 4 or 5 cents. $4 or $5 a contract, so no big deal. All right. I cannot believe this is just going to do it in one day. In my opinion, I don't think this is good for anybody that's looking for a longer-term rally. Like a big move higher, you kind of didn't want this to happen in one day. Because, again, like I said prior, if you traded this back in October and November of when this started a couple years ago, you know, I was trading it from $8 to 12 to 12 to 18 over the course of October, November, and then into December, into January, and that allowed for a lot of money to get pushed into it and just stay there to help really get that thing going. Usually when you just had these crazy rips, it kind of doesn't end too well, unfortunately, and this doesn't surprise me. Like, this pattern is kind of ruining a huge move, I feel like. All right, I think so. I could be wrong. Listen, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I've been wrong my whole life. All right, but I'm just saying. I feel like, you know. So there it goes. Let's see here. I'm looking for buyable pullbacks, but I don't even want to be a buyer because it never pulled back into the target for me to be a buyer. So it's really hard for me to buy this. Look, they're just halting this thing left and right. Left and right. Left and right, just halting this thing, man. So we're through the gap. All right, we could look for a pullback in the 34.50, and you could look for 34.50 to ride that to 39.50, $40. That could be a trade idea right there. So this is the target I'd be looking for. All right, this is your gap fill. Pretty much right there. There's an AI day too for C3 AI, by the way, at 10 o'clock I think Eastern, or no, that's West Coast time. It's not until later, which I will bring up. Let's go see what's happening on Twitter on the halt here. guys, if anybody, I mean, these are all signs of a bull market. If anybody's able to get some of their money back, guys, take some. Man, Avid, shut your up, bro. Don't get smacked. Buy, sell covered calls. Sell calls. Listen, you guys, it's important to find something that works for you that you can just repeat and repeat and repeat and consistently make money. Right? Whether that's finding a trend, finding those like institutional days where it has relative strength, right? What am I talking about? I'm talking about days like this, right? Understanding when you see as a trader, let's say, does this work for you? Do these type of days make it easy? And you're a trader that really likes to find these type of trades because of the pattern and the volume, because you know institutions are behind you, right? And you're just a momentum trader. You got a huge increase in volume and just these 5-minute candles closing higher with like no wicks, right? You can sense that trend. Are you a break and retest? You know, I don't know. I think it's important to be to be able to like to be able to trade large cap, mid cap, and small caps, because you're going to have different. You know, when the market, a couple, it may not happen, but what happens when all these people like leave? I'm not saying they're going to, but what if the market gets boring for everybody and there's and a lot of these people that have gotten into the market since 2020, what if they start to leave? Some of them, right? What if here's the thing I will say, what if we go back to QE, quantitative easing? Nothing's going to move, so you want to be able to practice and be able to, when penny stocks are going, or small caps I should say. I don't really trade penny stocks. I mean, if you want to, $5 and below is a penny stock, but usually anything less than $1.50 I don't really trade. You want to get good at those, right? It's just something you have in your back pocket to consistently make money and get your equity curve up. So that's why I always say, like, find a process that works for you, but also, practice your craft and be able to trade different environments, because that's going to make you unstoppable. It really is, right? It's going to allow you to make more money in any type of market condition. Last week, right? Last week was tough for a lot of people. We were getting base hits left and right, taking Starbucks long, taking our money, taking Apple short, take our money. I didn't trade Apple, but Tesla, right? Just anything that we could get, we took it, and we took our money because we knew the type of environment. And what happened? Small caps went nuts last week. Why? Because the overall market had low volume, no real direction. So what did we do? We traded GME. GME was on the list. It started popping. So it helps to be able to have those, to be able to like really be good at your craft and be a versatile trader and understand how to trade, small caps, and I'm not, that's just my opinion, because it helps, right? If you're a person that wants to consistently make money in different environments, just practice throwing the ball, and with time you will get better. You obviously want to have a little bit of a coach behind you to help you, along the way. Okay, so TUP was going, TUP was going. This thing is slowing up here. All right, so this is pulling back now. Just like this, right? TUP, small cap. What did it do? Ran right into that support, along with the 200-day. There's two indicators right there that's causing that to be a minor or a major level that you should expect to pull back off of. All right, you may get to like 194. All right, let's go back. So we said this pre-market that GME could start to take names like TUP, Drug, DJT, Carvana, Palantir, even like some of these shorted names could start to send them higher. You could just start to see a short squeeze all over the market on different names that are short, heavily shorted, I should say. Being able to read that type of sentiment is really what helps too. being able to understand that, knowing, hey, it's starting now, we're right in the middle of it, let's put our foot on the pedal, and as we make some big money, we start to put our foot back off of the pedal, right? We start to reduce our position size because we know it doesn't last forever. We know we're in the heat of the moment right now. We put our foot on the trigger, we rip and we roar, and then we just slow up. We make our money, make some big money, and then if it just continues, okay, right? Usually it lasts about a week, 2 weeks, depending on the type of environment we're in. So we got right up into. Did it halt again? Hold on. You guys see what I'm saying? And look at those puts. I guess the SPY did bounce off of that level.
EW Edwards targeted antitrust complaint.
All right, so now we can start to get to work. What time is it? It's 10 o'clock.
That's Echo Whiskey. That from Reuters.
There are some notes on the street today arguing that when the signal is the
Let's see what happens here. Oh, look at this. Even though this was a halt, look at the low volume on that break there. It already pulled back and tested this level, but did this halt again, guys? Man, the IV on these are probably nuts, aren't they? Oh my God, are you serious? Let's, I don't like the way they have this.
GameStop shares halted on the way down 34.87.
I thought so.
Michael Echo.
I thought it was halted. Oh shit, there's no options, guys. That's funny. There's no options for anything higher. Oh shit. I wonder if they're going to start adding options. Oh, that's going to hurt this stock, y'all. Oh no. That's going to hurt it for a gamma squeeze. That's not good. So the market's actually working against everybody right now. They don't have any calls higher than 34. Why is that important? Do y'all know? I think y'all know why. I think you guys have been in the markets long enough to know why, right? That actually helps stop a gamma squeeze. It'll put less fuel to the fire. Because you don't have people buying out of the money calls that the market makers have to then buy as it goes higher. So if you don't have options at a higher price, they can't force your hand any higher than $34 because there is no options higher than 34. Right? So the market's actually working against everybody right now, unfortunately. And I hope there's people that see that. You'll have to see in the next day or two if they add options at a higher price. I think they will, but that's not a good look. I might actually try to take a short here. I might try. I just don't like with the IV. I might try to short. I might short the name in and of itself. So now that we see that, no. So now that we identified that there's no options up there. Shit. Sorry, guys. Let me do this.